from Derry, Jordan O'Keefe. And Jordan, I don't know if you remember, but Jordan back in 2013 got to the final of Britain's Got Talent and eventually came sixth. He, in the final, duetted with Ed Sheeran on Give Me Love. After that, then he signed with East West Records, a subsidiary of Warner, and played big gigs in Belfast, Manchester Pride, London, even toured the UK twice. Now he's got some new material out, including that, and that is called Whiskey Eyes. So I'm delighted that Jordan's joined us in the studio.
Thank you very much for having me.
Even though he's feeling a bit under the weather. That is professionalism for
I
us.
have been flat out, so I've been a bit run down. Do you know what? The whole house is sick. And see when the kids get sick, the parents get sick.
Yeah.
And you know what? I've been okay. Usually I'm a lot worse, and I don't know if you're the same, but whenever we get a bit of man flu,
I am exactly the same. Oh, we're the worst.
we
There's
are
nobody
100%.
as bad as us.
100%.
Anyhow, that song is called Whiskey Eyes. Let's dive right into it. And I want to make reference to whiskey and to drink and to drugs. And not the greatest way to start an interview, but there you have it. Because you've had your issues.
Yes.
The reason it reminded me of the issues is because, when you're out in that environment and, concerts and clubs and bars and all the rest of it, and you're performing, and it's all alcohol, and then you finish your gig, and the easy thing to do is just, sit down and have a few drinks. And that's, for the rest of us, that might be one thing, but for an artist who's doing it night in, night out, it's
that was my life. That was, obviously being on, as you say, Britain's Got Talent 2013. Instead of immersing myself in the music and writing songs, and I was on the road and I was touring, but I was playing other people's songs. I wasn't really making a career out of it as such. You know what I mean? I was putting money in my pocket. I was a puppet playing other people's songs. I wasn't really putting myself any further. And then what happened?
Took the easy route.
Took the easy route, exactly. But the thing was, I wasn't a great songwriter back then. I was young. I probably shouldn't have been in the position I was in. But TV's a magical thing, and the story that they had was great. So they obviously put me on the show, and it was what it was. But I continued to be in nightclubs a lot of the time, and then I ended up going back and playing in bars because that became my job. And as you say, when you finish a gig, what's there to do? And what's crazy is I never drank when I played, but see, whenever I finished, my God, it didn't matter if it was 12, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the morning. I would have always found a party or some of some sense,
And then you've come back off stage, or if you find a party, the guitar goes with you, and people are either giving you a drink or buying you a drink. Yeah, it's a very, very easy trap to fall into.
It's a tough game, and I'm just glad to be out of it. Obviously, I'm 2 years sober. I'm actually 27 months sober this month, which is fantastic.
Does it get easier?
Yes.
Okay.
Life gets easier. Life is a lot easier. If I look back to what life used to be like, it used to be filled with anxiety and depression and not in control. I wasn't in control of myself, never mind life. Whereas now, like, one of the reasons why I'm a bit run down and sick, I'm in Dublin. I'm down busking in Dublin, and I found something amazing down there. It's whenever I was just saying to Matthew here, who's with me doing the video, and we were saying that whenever I played a gig for the first time in a long time on Saturday night in the Thirsty Goat, and although I enjoyed it, the crowd's singing along and everyone's loving it, but seeing whenever they finish, nobody even claps you. And then when I'm in Grafton Street singing, people stop throughout their day and they go, wow, this boy's, and they put money in your case and they go, that, and they clap you, and that's class. There's a difference. And the thing is, you're promoting Jordan O'Keefe when you're on the street. I'm just promoting the Thirsty Goat when I'm in the Thirsty Goat. Do you know what I mean? So,
yeah, true.
So I need to promote myself. I need to get out there. So I actually drive to Dublin 3 hours down, do a full day of busking, and then 3 hours back home.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is, and you're the first artist that I've in here to say that about busking anywhere. But I suppose if you're going to busk anywhere, you may as well go to the Mecca, which is Grafton Street.
I researched it all before I went down. There's 750,000 people that pass through Grafton Street in a day.
There you go.
Yeah, so
is it getting hard? Well, you're only new to it now, I suppose. But I'm just wondering, but a lot of big artists have served their time.
Yeah.
Or gone back and done one-offs or whatever it is, but they have performed on Grafton Street.
Yeah.
Is it getting harder? It's never easy to busk. I know you're happy with the response that you get.
Yeah,
it's nice to see it. But it's not an easy gig in all sorts of weathers. And
well, that's the thing. I have to make sure the weather's fine before going down. There was a day I got caught in the rain. And it's one of them things, it's like, right, okay, if I go down here today and the weather's not great, I don't make enough money. Well, all I'm out really is out of pocket. As long as I make €80 when I get down there, I'm not out of pocket. You know.
Okay, you covered your expenses.
Yes, and the other thing is, people are videoing you from Spain, America. You know, I'm getting dollars. You know what I mean? A lot of people with dollars and stuff. But the main thing is exposure and
Brand Jordan.
yeah,
It's Brand Jordan.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
strictly Brand Jordan.
And that's it. And people are seeing me for who I am, and I have a car with my story on it, and people. The amount, just the exposure that I've had since being on has been down there has been amazing.
Well, now that you're setting cover versions aside, or sort of moving away from that, and you're doing your own material, it's very important to get that exposure, and it's important whether it's through social media or through busking, and then increasingly live gigs and getting your name up there in the posters. It is all about exposure, and one thing leads to another.
Exactly, that's it, and that's why we're sitting here today.
Yes, exactly.
Exactly.
Yeah. It was your music that just caught my ear. A lot of singer-songwriters. Now, your songs are about very real issues.
Yeah.
And often, some of them refer to drinking drugs and other serious issues in life.
Yeah, well, I have my serious songs and I have my upbeat ones. So that's what Whiskey Eyes is about, you know.
Yeah, all right. But in general, the material is upbeat.
Yeah.
A lot of singer-songwriters will have it about serious issues, but they'll feel an onus then to be, to be serious with it, and it'll be deeper and it'll be slower, and and some of them work. But I'm just thinking about like daytime radio. If we were to play all slow songs,
it's not great. And that's one of the things that I realized with my own music was the songs that I write about, as you say, drinking drugs and my past and my experiences, and the heartfelt ones are the ones that'll draw people in online. But see, to listen, as you say, on a radio, for people to tune back into your station, you need songs that are upbeat. And that's why I thought, well, why don't I take my listeners on a journey? My life before I got sober. That's what Whiskey Eyes is about. It's about seeing someone in a bar when you're out, having a few drinks, and they catch you and you're going home together, and that's your person for the night. And that's what Whiskey Eyes is about. This next one that I've wrote, called If You Know, talks about going to the bar and drinking away your problems, because that's what a lot of people do and a lot of people have done. And I used to do it all the time. So the journey that I'm taking people on is stages: pre-drinking, getting sober, and then recovery. And over the next couple of years, there are going to be songs that are released, and there's going to be ones along the way. I've wrote one called Forever 23, which talks about a friend of mine who I grew up with, who sadly took his own life. But it's an amazing, beautiful song. So there'll be peaks and there'll be dips, and it'll be interesting for people to follow along, because it is telling a story of my life.
A lot of singer-songwriters, and especially the people who have an acoustic guitar, it is from the heart. It's genuine and it's from the heart. But the material is a lot of it, more laid back. A great learning curve is being out in a bar, and when you're playing and you want to get a reaction and you want your volume to be kind of above the crowd.
Yeah.
I suppose when you sit down, then after doing that for whatever it is, a number of months or years, after you sit down to write your own material, then you're thinking, okay, do I want this now to be like a slow acoustic ballad, or do I want this to have a nice rhythm and more upbeat? And you're thinking, well, where am I going to be playing it to? What's my audience?
Yeah.
Those factors, they all...
100%. I feel like every artist should have a bit of both. But I feel like for where I'm at in my career, because although I've had a story and it's been a journey, I'm not really anywhere, I'm not Derry Kennedy, I'm not Lewis Capaldi. So to bring people in, I wanted to give them something easy to listen to. And that's why Whiskey Eyes came out. And we will get the deeper songs. I don't know if anybody's ever seen it, but I have a song called 3 Hearts, which has been going down a storm on Grafton Street. Every time I play it, it's, where is it? Where can I listen to it? It's not out. Good. But there's clips of it online. And we lead up to songs like that'll really tell a story of recovery, All
right. And it is a story, and it's, leaving music aside, just to be, 2 years sober, that's a success.
Well, to be sitting here today, it's amazing, I would never have been here before.
Okay, just going back to your time at Britain's Got Talent, and looking back now, is it a bit of a blur? Or do you remember every last second of it?
I don't remember every last second. I mean, you probably remember the things you want to remember, isn't it? I can't remember the good times. I remember, singing with Ed Sheeran. Wow, being even around Ed Sheeran was amazing. What a lovely person he was. I mean, I remember just sitting thinking, like, what a nice guy. Not even just for music wise, He spent so much time with me. We talked about everything. I think he struggled to understand me at the start because I was really Derry. I was, and I was really quick. I was going, "What's a crack at? How you getting on?" And he was sort of.
We all can, with this part of the world, we all can speak a bit too fast.
We all go a
at
bit too
times,
quick.
yeah.
But no, he was lovely, and I mean, like Simon Cowell was lovely. I met so many people. But again,
Hang on, Simon Cowell was lovely.
He was really nice.
That doesn't fit
Do
the
you know
narrative.
what? Very, very short, very small, and a very straight back.
Okay.
His back, his shirt, jeans, and shoes all just lined up together. It was so
Amazing
odd.
things you spot.
It looked like he was standing. No, we saw him up against him. No, he was standing against the wall.
It's his birthday today. I had him on the birthday list earlier on. Lovely day. 66. If you're on,
hopefully it is not last.
If you're a friend, oh, I hope he is.
You hope he is.
If you're a friend of his, you can text him a happy birthday.
Well, there you go.
Anyhow, but it was a good. It was
what a real experience.
What a start.
It was an unreal experience. It was what I did after, which was the problem. I came home. And I think I was a bit homesick. I was in London for a while and just nothing was happening. And the thing was, I was 18. All my friends were out drinking and partying. And the other thing too is when you went out to a nightclub, you were so sought after. Everyone was like, "Oh my God, there's your man from TV." And I enjoyed it. It's too much, a bit too much. And don't get me wrong, it wasn't always great. There was people who would always tell you, try and wind you up.
But so much of it is. It's just instant, and it's and
it was something I never had.
There's no depth to it.
No,
and yet all the while, on reflection, I suppose you should have been managing your career and looking towards the next month and the next year. And hey, easy being wise in hindsight.
But you know what? It's led to where I'm at now, and I'm a lot wiser for it.
Yeah. You also, I see, you have a sort of an alternative thing going on. And this is mostly on TikTok or is it on Instagram as well?
I know what you're going to. Food reviews.
The what?
Food reviews.
Food reviews. Food. How did that come about? You and your family, food reviews.
Yeah. So I don't know if anybody's ever watched Dave Portnoy, the guy that reviews pizza in America. Like me and my son used to watch him and Ricky, who's my stepson, but he's my son. And we just loved that sort of thing. We did it years ago whenever I was drinking. I just never held up to it. And whenever I got sober, I was like, why don't we do food reviews? Everybody else is doing it. Like, we could do our own wee thing. And it just branched into this massive thing where the views were ridiculous. Like, sometimes we were getting, like, I don't know, 500,000, like 20,000 people liking videos and just...
It's amazing what catches on.
It's exactly. But the thing was, too, it was great to get my name out there. And what's crazy is, at the very start, it was, you're the guy who talks about addiction, and then it was you're the guy that talks about food reviews. Now it's you're the guy that's busking, and then now it's whiskey sounds brilliant.
Maybe you could. That's what you want to be.
That's
here.
what it leads up to.
Maybe you could marry the two. Maybe you could do a bit of food reviews. And by the way, here's a short verse now from my next song. That wouldn't work, would it? That wouldn't.
We could start doing jingles for takeaways. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe. So the food thing has legs. You'll carry on doing it. Do you think?
I mean,
it's a bit of fun.
If it's working, it works. If it stops working, it stops working. But the way I see it is, that's do what works.
Now, what is working is you singing live, and now that you're transitioning into your own material, I suppose you have to sort of ease that into shows. You can't. It's very hard. It'd be difficult to go from just doing all cover versions into doing all your own material. So what's the mix now?
Well, I mean, it's for example, like in Grafton Street, you have an hour there to promote yourself, and whenever I'm playing, it's mainly covers to draw people in, and then when I have the crowd, it's here's an original.
Okay.
And not everyone stays, and that's fine for the originals, but still a good amount of people are. And the way it works is, well, I'm supporting Newton Faulkner, on the 14th of November. In Kelly's in Portrush, which is a huge gig. So obviously there I get to promote myself, original music, and not being in the bars. I would never play any original music in the bars. I would never have done it because I'm there to actually do a job, But not being in there anymore, I'm online a lot. So being able to go live on TikTok and play your own songs, you have an audience already there. Say if there's even 70 people in there, that's probably more than will be watching me in the Thirsty Goat on a Saturday night.
Okay. So a lot depends on the venue. Will you Grafton Street or
it all depends.
You have to play to the audience.
I have to play to the audience. 100%.
And if you've been paid to entertain drinkers in a bar, then it's going to be cover versions.
100%. Unless somebody asks, somebody says, "Can you play one of your own songs?"
Okay, fair enough. And you've got other big gigs coming up as well. December, I see in the Limelight in Belfast.
Yes.
a good venue. And the Arts Centre in the Newgate Arts
that's
Centre.
this Thursday. I still believe there's a couple of tickets left. £7.50 to come watch three amazing artists from Derry. You know, like
that's
I don't understand why it's not sold out yet, but we only put it up last week, so
Okay.
I don't think everybody knows about it. But it's this Thursday. It's going to be unbelievable.
All right. And that's who did you say the other artists are? Or did
Rossborough.
Yes, and Brianna McGeehan. I see it here.
Brianna McGeehan. Yeah, she's from Atlanta in the United States of America.
All right, coming all the way over.
I don't know. I don't know.
Okay. Well, anyhow, playing this gig. Well, there's other gigs for Brianna or not. We're not sure. But that is this Thursday night in the listening room at the Newgate Arts Centre in Derry. Now you're going to do a song for us live.
Yeah.
Even if you are in bad form, even if you have got man flu.
Oh, it doesn't bother me. Even though this song, I only finished it on Sunday.
All right. Well,
Pass. So, but this is going to be the next song.
hopefully you remember the words now.
This is what I'm worried
Don't
about.
rely on me because I'm not going to be able to sing along.
That's what I'm worried about. But no, it's this is called If You Know.
And tell us a bit about it.
It's just basically is whenever you have a life problem, you know, where do we all go to? I'll see you at the bar, and if you know where we'll be.
Okay. All right then.
Yeah.
In your own time. Jordan O'Keefe, If You Know.
Thank you. I've been trying to hurt you by falling apart, but there ain't a beer that's close enough to this damn cold heart. I've been sick and tired of running to this shelf, trying to find a drink that helps me remember and forget. But if you know, you know, we'll be at the bar making drinking look easy while the liquor stays hard. If you know, you know, be home by 10, might be in the morning when the sun's coming in. If you know, see it in your eyes, get ready. You ain't gotta say yes when you know, we'll be at the bar making drinking look easy while the liquor stays hard. Na 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 na, oh, oh, oh. La da 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 da, oh, oh. I'm a ticking time bomb, I keep telling myself, working at the dead-end job to pay back every goddamn debt. But I'm tired of this mess I've broken every part of me, trying to tell myself that I'm fine. The jack keeps coming, the devil's on the shoulder tonight. If you know, we'll be at the bar making drinking look easy while the liquor stays hard. If you know, be home by 10, might be in the morning when the sun's coming in. If you know, see it in your eyes, get ready. You ain't gotta say yes when you know, we'll be at the bar making drinking look easy while the liquor stays hard. Na, 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 na. Oh, oh, oh. La, da, 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 da. Oh, oh, oh. If you know, we'll be at the bar making drinking look easy while the liquor stays hard. If you know, be home by 10, might be in the morning when the sun's coming in. If you know, see it in your eyes, get ready. You ain't gotta say yes when you know, we'll be at the bar making drinking look easy while the liquor stays hard. Da 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 da, oh, oh, oh. La da 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 da, oh, oh, oh. La, la.
Well done for a man that's under the weather. That was top class. Just a reminder to listeners that is original. The song's called "If You Know," and people can seek you out on socials.
Yeah.
Jordan O'Keefe, and just type it in whatever, whatever, and they'll find you. Okay.
Well, if they go onto my socials, anything, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, I have a link tree with everything. They can go and listen to Whiskey Eyes. They can go and follow me on Spotify. They can do everything.
And find out if you're playing locally.
Yeah, all the gigs are there as well.
Great to hear Jordan on. I was tortured with my then teenage daughter and her friends to take them to Russell's Letterkenny Carton Centre. He used to come out there to relax with his friends, and they were about 16 at the time. Yeah. She's in Spain living now. So those were the days. That's from Rosaline Connolly voice.
Class.
There you go. Memories. Listen, Jordan, it's been a pleasure. Best of luck to you. Thanks
Thank
for
you
coming
so
in.
much for having me on. I really appreciate it.
Around the North